Hello friends, welcome to our channel IT Index. Today's video we are going to configure the NIS server. What is NIS server and why we need it to configure in Linux operating system. Okay, before going to the configuration portion, we are going to discuss about the NIS. NIS extend for Network Information Service. Basically, NIS is used to authenticate all the users to a centralized location. Suppose suppose I can provide one example. Suppose you have an industry named ABC, and in that industry there are 5,000 users. If you want to authenticate all the users to a centralized location, okay, to fulfill that requirement, we are going to configure the NIS server. Okay, there are some important points regarding NIS. First is domain name. You have to purchase one domain name. Okay, after that you have to create and authenticate all the users which you want to use in client side. After that we are going to pass NIS server traffic with SE Linux and firewall. Now we are going to our configuration file. Now we are going to configure the NIS server. Before configuring the NIS server, first we have to see the IP address of our server. We have to use the command IPA. Okay, the IP is 192.168.10.2. Okay, now we have to see the host name of our machine. To see the host name, we simply type the command host name. Okay, and the host name is IP, but we have to change it according to our need. To set the host name, we simply use the command hostnamectl set hyphen host name, and we want to set the host name, that is cm.itindex.com. Okay, now we can see it again. The host name is set successfully. Now we are going to install some packages regarding NIS server. To install packages, we simply use the command yum install. The first package is ypserv, and the second one is yp-tools, and the third one is nss-pam-ldapd, and the last one is rpcbind. Okay, the package is already installed, no problem. Now we have to see the domain name of our server. To see the domain name, we simply use the command yp-domain. Okay, no any name is set. To set the domain name, we simply type the command yp-domain and the domain name. The domain name is itindex. Okay, now we can see it again. Now the domain name is set, that is itindex. Now we have to set it permanently in the script. The script is to set the domain name permanently, we have to go in sysconfig network file. In this file we can set the host name permanently, means domain name permanently, sorry. We simply type here NIS domain equal to itindex. Sorry. itindex. Now we have to pass the two services with the port number. The first one is ypserv hyphen args. Here hyphen p indicate the port number 5. Okay, now we have to set one more port, that is ypxfrd. underscore args. Here hyphen p also indicate the port number. The port number is 956. Now simply we have to save this file. Now we have to set the host name and the domain name together. To set it together, we have to go in the file, that is yp.conf. In this file, where yp-serve is written, we simply uncomment it, okay, and erase the host name and type the host name plus domain name of our server, the cm.itindex.com. Okay, simply save this file. Now we are going to create users which we want to authenticate to a centralized server. To simply add the user, we simply use the command user add and the username. We have created user 1. It is showing that it is already created. Now we can create another user 2. Okay, it is created. We have to provide the password. To provide the password, we simply use the command passwd and the username user 2. Type the password which you want to set. Okay, now we have to initialize all the configurations which we have done yet now. Okay, init -m. Now our domain name is set successfully. If we want to add one more domain, we can add. Otherwise, we simply press the Ctrl D and press yes. Okay. Now we have to go one more directory, that is where.yp. If we list here, we can get our domain name cd and go inside the domain name. Okay. If we list here again, then we can get all the information regarding our domain. Okay. Now with the help of make command, we are going to update it all. Now we are going to add one more port in the script. To add this, we have to simply go in the script file, that is sysconfig yp-passwd. Okay, in that file, go at the last and simply add the port. -p indicate the port number and the port number is 957. Simply save this file. Now restart the services. To restart the services in Linux, we simply use the command systemctl start rpc bind. First service is rpc bind and second one is yp serve and the third one is yp xfrd. Okay, and the last one is yp-passwd. And the service is started successfully. Now we are going to enable it. Okay, now we are going to pass all the services with the firewall. To pass the services with the firewall, we simply use the command firewall cmd -cmd permanent add service, and the service name is rpc bind. It is started successfully. Now we are going to start the service with the port number. First port is 955 with the TCP and UDP. First we started with TCP and then UDP. Now one more port 956 with UDP and TCP. Simply now reload the firewall to apply the changes in firewall. Okay. Now we are going to change the SE Linux permission. Set in force. It is in enforcing mode. Now we are going to change it in permissive mode. To change the mode, we simply type the command set enforce and type the 1. No, type the 0. Now it is in permissive mode. Now the configuration of NIS server is configured successfully. Okay, now we are going to our client side configuration. Now we are in our client side machine. Okay, first task is that we have to see that our server side and the client side both are in same network or not. To see it, we simply see the IP of our client machine by using the command IPA, and the IP of our client machine is 192.168.10.3 and the server side is 192.168.10.2, means both are in same network. After that we are going to install some packages. Yum install in client side only. First package is YP bind and the second one is YP-tools. It is showing them that they are already installed. Okay. After that we are going to authenticate our client machine to a NIS domain. For that we have to use one command, that is authenticate config -- enable NIS. After that --NIS domain means our NIS domain name. After that --NIS service server means IP of our NIS server. Okay, and the last one is, it means that when our user login, it automate make our home directory, and --update means update it. Okay, we simply enter it. The process is complete. Now we are not configured the dedicated DNS server. Okay, for that we have to make entry in host file. Okay, of on both side, client side and server side both. We are in client side only right now. Okay, simply type the IP of server and the name of server is cm.itindex.com. After that the IP of our client machine is 10.3. We have to see the domain host name of our client machine. Name. Okay, the host name is localhost.local domain. You simply copy it and paste here. Okay, no problem. Now we have to simply save this file. Now we have to make the same entry on server side also. Simply we have copy it from client side only. And paste it here. It is creating problem. Now we have to go on host file on server sides. Okay, Now simply paste here. Okay, and save the file. Now we are again going to our client machine. Now we have to disable the SE Linux. Okay, to disable it we have to go the path of SE Linux. Here we have to open a file config. Okay, simply SE Linux is in enforcing mode. We have to disable it. Okay, simply save the file and reboot our client machine. Okay. It will take some time. Okay, our NIS configuration on both server side and client side is ready. Now we are going to log in our user in client side, which is made on NIS server. Now we are going to log in the user which we have made on NIS server, and we are in NIS client right now. The user is user2 and the password. Now we have to enter the password. Now we have successfully entered to the domain user on client side. Okay, no problem. Now you can see that we are logging with user 2 means domain user. Okay,